Hello. We are going to go to the spiritual aspect of Astro Atomic over here. So I'm going to tell you all this. I have seen the darkness with my eyes, and I've seen the light, or I have been embraced by the light. So both sides exist. They do. And I'm not making this up, and this is no hocus pocus. This is not a joke. This is some real stuff here. Nonetheless, I think I've been here before, or places like this before. I can just tell already. With the things that I like and the things, it's almost like a mixture of two different worlds, you know? It is. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, it's almost as if I know, or it's just like it's supposed to come to me, like I'm supposed to know something, and it's not coming to me because I haven't reached that point yet. But I can tell you this, I have been here before. In some form or some way, it's coming to me too close because, you know, with the things I've seen spiritually, you know, I can tell you this. I don't go looking for these things, whether it's the darkness or the light. You know, it came to me, you know. So, okay. Anyway, I'm like, at this time period of my life, I'm like, did I do something just so wrong to have to come to this point? Like, I almost feel like I'm being punished. I don't know. I'm like, it's like, when it comes to the illusion of how my life is, it's almost as if maybe this is supposed to happen, but like I'm alive, but like I feel dead. So how does that? Or maybe my body's telling me that I can sense things. You know, I can sense when we're living through good times or bad times. You know, maybe it's because I'm a Pisces too. We have very good intuition. Pisces have very good intuition. And we're not two-faced like Gemini. We're very emotional. Pisces are very emotional. Super sensitive. I don't know. I'm a good judge of character. At least I think. I'm just surprised I haven't encountered some psychopath. Maybe I have, and they just kept it in and just decided to say no. We're gonna spare you, my love. You know? It's like, fuck. You're keeping me in hell. I'm just kidding. No, but really. Uh, with so many subliminal messages I've been sent throughout my life, it's almost as if I know, you know? It's like I know. I know. Like, I don't like knowing. Because when you know, everything is in a different perspective out there in this world. It's not fun. It's very, like, it's irritating. It's just, it makes me sad. It gets me a little depressed. You know, and then when I see other people having depression, I'm like, well, this makes sense. I know why you're depressed. Duh. Duh. You asshole. Because you don't see what I see. Anyway. I don't know why I'm looking out the window. Honestly, I don't care who's looking at me, but it's kind of hot, and I'm like, maybe turning my head will fan my head. No, but seriously, like, I often ask if, like, because they say that every time you make a decision, that another bubble forms of, like, Earth. You know, and so there's a bunch of bubbles out here. So I'm like, am I the original bubble, or am I one of many bubbles? Do I subconsciously know this? You know, like things that occur. And if other people make decisions on what occurs in my life, does that make more bubbles? You know. Anywho. Yeah. So I don't really want to talk about this, but I will. And I'm not calling these things because they haven't shown up in a while. So, anywho, the encounters I've had with the dark side. I don't know if they're necessarily dark, really, per se. It's basically this entity called the Hat Man, okay? I experienced this in Florida. And basically, fucking A, this guy scared the bejeebies out of me. Where the hell did you come from, man? Talking about the hat, man. Some fucking guy comes over here. Excuse me. Anywho, so this hat man apparently is freshly new, and he came. I looked on the internet, and basically he's shown up in the early 2000s, maybe 2003, maybe 2001. That's when his appearance started to show up. Okay. So my thought is these things are from other dimensions. Now this is not a hallucination. Like, this thing is real. Okay. And I think they also feed off of like negative energy. They also feed off of just, I don't know what it is they feed off of. You can picture kind of like a Dementor from Harry Potter, I guess. I can give an example. But more like mysterious, like almost like, for me it's like I'm curious, I'm curious on what the heck this thing is. I'm like, the Hat Man. Just think of like one of those fedora hats. That's kind of what I picture. Like a shadow guy person. Anyway, so yeah, they kind of just look, or they stare at you, and I don't know if they're related to that. What is that tall? What is that guy called? He like stands in the forest or something. Oh man, what is his name? I forgot the heck what his name is. Slender Man. Yeah, I don't know if they're related or if they're two different entities. I've never seen the Slender Man, so I don't know if this is just an internet thing that people just made up. Could be fake. But never seen the Slender Man. I don't know. I don't think he exists. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But I've never encountered that guy. So to me, if I don't experience it, he's not real to me. If I don't experience these things, they're not real to me. But if I do, and I know I'm not playing with these things, I'm not, calling them, I'm not, for me, I'm just like curious when they encounter me. Okay. Anyway, the other one was a kid. It was like a shadow kid. And it's crazy because I think this thing came from another dimension. And this happened here in California. So they come in all ages. They come in all different shapes and sizes, I'm guessing. Because this one was like a teenager or like a boy or something. And he was like literally on top of me. I don't know if he was like trying to like take my energy or if he was just looking at me or something. But this was a boy or a teenager or something. And as soon as I slightly woke up and I caught him, he knew I caught him. Ooh, I gave him some harsh chills and he just darted. I am telling you. He darted because I was almost about to grab his little neck and say, I caught your little ass, you little asshole. Like, I know you're there. I know you exist. I see you. I'm not stupid. When I give them that stare, that is the stare that they stay away from me because they know that I'm not one to mess with, especially if I know you exist. Okay? Now we're going to step away from the darkness now, okay? All right? Those were my two encounters, okay, so far. With the light now, this was around Christmas time. I was at my friend's, Jackson, who's one of my trans friends, and, oh gosh, how am I forgetting her name? This is so disappointing. Gosh, I'm like so exhausted right now. Gosh, I'm so good at faces, but not so good. Anyway, I was at my friend's house and they had a Christmas tree. All right. And so when I stood next to it, all of a sudden, out of the blue, this light literally went inside of me and I felt like this glow. I literally was surrounded by like light, like a yellowish, whitish, like it was something I have never experienced in my life. And I was like, I felt super happy and like it was so positive and like it was very good. I was like, wow. Like I've never felt so enlightened in my life. Like this light that went inside of me, it was bright. I'm telling you, it was real. It was real. And then right after that, I had the song playing in my head from 1960, I think it's 1962. Something's Got a Hold of Me. Okay, I don't know if you all know that song, but it's a very uplifting song. It's a very positive song. Something's got a hold on me. Oh, it must be love. Whoa, something's got a hold on me right now, child. Okay, but nonetheless, I used to hear that song at the diner all the time. This is why I love the 60s so much. You guys see this? I literally am living the 60s. It's crazy. It is crazy. Um, I'm crazy with all these people in hell. See, I feel like it went from light to dark, and we're still in dark. I know it already. I'm not stupid. Okay? It's like, it's going on to where I'm like, it's just exhausting, and it's not fun anymore, okay? Like, there's time in life, okay? Either in America or even in the world, you know, where everyone needs to share, okay? There's a time for light in the world, and when it's time to trade off, of course, there has to be darkness, right? I know, of course, we don't want darkness, but there's got to be a balance. Now, I feel like this darkness has been around for a little bit too long. You're welcoming yourself a little too long here now. I think it's time for you to just step down, take it down a notch, okay? Take a break, and hand the baton over to the light now, okay? Because you had your time, you had your fun, right? You've killed enough people, you've destroyed enough lives. It's time to bring some peace and some tranquility, okay? I'm not stupid. I am not stupid. I know exactly what the fuck's going on out here. I'm not an idiot. Okay? Like, I am good. My senses are, like, on cue, man. Especially after seeing the darkness. Especially. Okay? They come in all ages, shapes, and sizes. That's why I'm telling everybody now, I'm ageless. Because if we're not moving forward in life, then how am I getting older? It's not really possible. I can't get older if we're not moving forward. So we're just lingering, we're floating, we're not progressing. So, like, if we're not doing any of these things, you know, if we're not moving forward, we're either going backwards or we're standing still. That's the thing. That's the only thing I can say to you guys. All right? Like, this is an illusion. The thing you are living is an illusion. This thing called time is a tool. It's a tool, you know, like a car is a tool. You know, you drive it to go places, and, you know, like a hammer is a tool to hammer nails. These things are just tools, okay? Yes, we need to know what time it is to get to our hot date that's not going to work out, okay? But it's like, it's just a tool. And if you don't have the tool, if I don't have this car, I have no tool. Do you understand? If you do not have time, you don't have a tool. Meaning nothing is happening. Nothing is moving forward, and there's really no purpose. Like, do you people get it? Like, does anybody understand? Is anyone on the same line here? Because I feel like people get me sometimes, just a little bit, because I had this conversation with my friend yesterday. And, you know, I mean, some people understand, but some people really connect. And, like, when they really connect, I'm like, yeah, this is great. Finally, someone I can relate to. Because I know what the frick is going on out here. You know? This illusion. Nonetheless, okay? I just thought I'd share that because this video is just something I've been meaning to share my YouTube, you know, followers. I don't really get spiritual or in the mix of other dimensions or stuff like that. But it's true. These things do exist, okay? We can all say that they don't. But you can't say that we're the only things out here, because there's too many thoughts and too many inventions and too many ideas and too many directions and too many positive things and too many negative things. If you mix everything together, these are just mashes and mushes of different worlds and different collides of everything you can think of, you know? I mean, what made people create characters and art, you know? It all goes back, you know, and your interests and what you like and why you like them, you know. Why do you like these things that you do like, you know? Why do I like space age things? Why do I like the 1960s so much? Why do I feel I'm still living in the 1960s? Why do I know these things? Why is it that I'm feeling the essence of when I can sense a good person or a bad person, and especially when I've seen the darkness and I've seen or embraced the light, okay? If I know these things exist, and if I've actually physically seen them with my eyes, then they do exist, okay? They do, and I'm not making this up, okay? I am not making this up. This is true 100%. Alright, you all have a wonderful evening, okay? Yeah. Have a good night. Talk to you soon.